Well, I got my little propane heater going. Got another little heater going over here. Still insulating the garage, but that's coming along pretty good. Hey, you guys, so thanks for subscribing, watching the videos, and liking the videos, and just, I don't know, I wanted to record some stuff, so here's an old distributor, or out of a Merc 800, I think. It was 800, or it might have been 850. But we had a bad trigger in it. And this thing, I laid out some distributors. So Mr. Airsoft contacted me and was asking about his setup. And he's got a Mercury 500, so 50 horsepower, and it's a 1967. So, you know, Mercury, you know, they like to change stuff. So Mercury, yeah, they like to change things around, I'm discovering. There's one that's going to be what I think is 1970 to maybe 79 or 78. They probably changed them, you know, after, like, I don't know, I really don't. But so inside here you had two coils. This is the one I did a repair on, but it wasn't right. Some point I need to revisit this and make sure these are correct. But you know, you got a high coil and a low coil, and it produces like electricity, so a voltage, an AC voltage that's pretty high. I want to say like 180 volts. If I remember, I shot this stuff and I don't remember what the voltage is. But see, now like on this one, the switch box actually provides the voltage. And then this is a low voltage right here. When this rotor travels around inside of this thing. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's kind of a horseshoe looking trigger. And on the inline sixes, see now on these, like you can have 4 cylinders. There's 4 different windows. 1, 2, you know what I mean. I got that laid on there, but you can see that. Anyway, this horseshoe looking trigger you see down here, you know, all the inline sixes, that little trigger piece comes out of there. So Mr. Airsoft, I thought he had, you know, a trigger set up like this because he's got a Merc 500. But he doesn't. He has a setup that's like this with a 4-cylinder distributor. I don't know if somebody replaced that distributor or if it was always like that. I really don't know. But to get this guy out of here, it's kind of really not easy. They probably made a tool. Because see, they changed these on the inline sixes. So you got this little kind of band, and then there's a pin that's there. There's no screws to unscrew this. Oh, dang it. It don't matter. It's tore up anyway. But okay, so they got this pin, and then they got another pin over here. And I'm thinking to get this off, if you, like I don't know if I can do this with one hand, but you can see how it travels, right? So I think they might put this in a vise and then turn this somehow and knock the pins out. you know, maybe have some way you can turn this or turn this. And I don't know if I probably put this side in the vise, take the plastic off. Yeah, it's just your primary, secondary pickup on your carburetors. But that's how that would come apart. So then it would separate here, and then underneath here, I'm thinking there's 2 screws. But I don't know, you know, because it looks like it's one piece. I've never opened up one of these distributors. See how it goes around. See, on the inline sixes, this little piece that's in here comes out. And I don't know if you replace the whole aluminum piece. See, that's why they changed them. They made them easier to be serviceable. You know, this was not really serviceable, and they didn't like that design, obviously. I guess the voltage they didn't like or something. But then this would have used a switch box. It's like got 4 posts on one side, 3 posts on the other. You know, you got white, red, brown is tack, and then black or green, which would be green to the coil, and then on the other side is 3 posts for your distributor. In this case, white, black, brown. You know, obviously I've kind of redid this just to, but that's not right. Here's another 50 that I have, and see how it's like, you know, this is always really brittle. That's always really brittle. And then this comes off. This is a normal cap. So there was a cap with a band, and it had a Phillips in it. So you'd undo the band, drop this, and then the cap would just come off. The rotors are really brittle, kind of like this stuff is. So on the cap, I mean, they're like pressed on. You know, if this doesn't separate, like on the other one, it separates and a horseshoe looking thing can fold out of them. So I don't know if this is repairable or not. Sorry, probably better light. You know, I don't know if that horseshoe looking thing comes out of there or not. You can see like it's molded. But on the inline sixes, like 70s, late 70s, like there's a little grommet that comes out of there. And then when that grommet comes out of there, then you have the distributor on the inside of here. So I thought I shot that. I don't know if I put that in the 67 series or not, because those are much easier to work on. So in 67 they use those for the inline six as well, which is very weird, unless those engines had distributors swapped out. I don't know. It's a kind of a mystery. Well, it's a mystery to me. I guess somebody might know some information or come across some information. It'd be pretty cool to know. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later.